So now that you've identified each opportunity, you enter a stage that's called capture. Capture planning or capture management is its own discipline. It's the most important part in securing that contract for you. The Association of Proposal Management Professionals has determined that about 60% of the budget should be spent on capture in order to win business. They've polled the companies, and that's about the number that they've spent in order to get that contract. So with capture, there's a definite set of steps. It's not something that someone does sort of hodgepodge, however they feel that day. They make a phone call, they develop a relationship, they collect some information. No, it's a very definite set of steps. It results in a plan. And the steps that you have to go through are first and foremost the competitive analysis. There's a whole process that you go through in order to analyze your competition and to determine where you stack against them and what you got to do in order to beat them. You have win strategy development. And win strategy development, again, is a set of meetings that you go through in order to come out with very definite products out of those meetings that prepare you best for this particular proposal and for winning and for doing for specific action items that you draw out of that session that get you to win. The next set of steps is customer focused marketing. You have to that's part of something that you determine how to focus, how to market to the customer best, and that's part of your marketing, overall marketing plan, but that's opportunity specific here. You have teaming. You have to have your team ready and in place in majority of the cases well before the RFP comes out. Otherwise, all the good companies are already taken by the time that the RFP hits the street. And then you have intelligence gathering in order to prepare for the proposal. So a lot of the companies, when they've done capture well, they will have written that proposal already before the RFP ever comes out. They will have postulated the requirements, they know exactly what the customer is going to evaluate, and they will have collected the information, brainstormed, developed all their key graphics, developed the bullets of the text. So all of that is done pre-proposal before anything ever happens with the government issuing the draft or even the actual RFP. Well, proposal management usually starts when the RFP hits the street. Sometimes some companies will actually start the real proposal writing process when the draft RFP is out, but sometimes there is no draft RFP. So you start the countdown once you get the RFP, once you get the firm deadline. And what's really important about proposal management is that it's got to have a process. There are lots of processes out there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The processes such as Shipley, that's the classic. You have SM&A, you have High Silver, you have Must Win. All the large companies have their own set of processes, but the key here is you've got to have a process, even the simplest of the processes. In fact, I'm going to show you a simple proposal process. This is the most basic sort of set of steps that you got to go through. You have your kickoff. That's when you tell your team to be on the same page, and you orchestrate the whole effort. You present your schedule. You get everybody to really understand what it's all about, and then you have a set of reviews. You have just-in-time reviews, you have pink team, you have red team, you have gold team, you have the whole rainbow of colors called color reviews. And then you plan for your printing and you plan for your delivery at the end. Because what happens is some companies actually run into that problem when they don't plan the delivery well, and then they're facing a mad scramble towards the end and people jumping on the airplanes or driving crazy. There are all kinds of stories out there. And you want to avoid that. You want to be early and you want to be ready. Business development does not end with submitting a winning proposal. In fact, after you've won the job, what happens is you have the implementation part, where you have your project staff working, and if you train them, they can become your sales force. And since they're the trusted agent of the government, working on the ground hand in hand with the customer, they can give you the opportunities, tell you about the opportunities that are coming down the pike that contracting officer may be working on as well, and they can probably upsell your services. You can get a modification that augments the scope of the contract, for example, and that's really a great opportunity. Now that we've gone through the whole cycle, I wanted to leave you with the last set of advice. There are 5 things that you need to do in order to become the business that grows aggressively, that becomes a real business development machine. First is hiring the right BD people. You got to have the right talent on board in order for you to be able to win consistently. Another thing is to have the systems and tools in place to make you efficient at winning that business. You have to have a set of processes for all of your key activities. Then you have to have the collateral for marketing, for branding, for proposals, for capture. You have to have all these documents that you can repeat and build a whole library you can refer to, and in order for you to really not reinvent the wheel each time and to build on something that you've already done. And then finally, you have to offer training to your personnel so that they continuously grow professionally and so that your entire workforce becomes your sales force. Global Solutions can help you with any part of the business development cycle to make you successful and to get you to win government contracts. If you have any questions or if you need any help, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our website is ostglobalsolutions.com, and you can email us or call at 301-384-3350. Thank you very much.